Tiki Bassias, Andre. And Andre, all the way from Sri Lanka. Prince Hussein Jr. And on keyboards, Bill Cantos on keyboards.
Thank you. but I sent you home. Oh, this is just a little samba built up on a single note. Other notes they're bound to follow, but the root is still that note. And now this new one is a consequence of the one we've just been born. As I want to be the unavoidable consequence of me. There's so many people who talk and just say nothing, nothing. I used to be scared, I know it at the end I come to nothing, but it really nothing.
Thank you so much. It's really nice being here. Have you guys noticed that? Is Christmas coming every 6 months now? I mean, seriously, what's going on? I'm having a birthday every 3 months. I just turned 64, and now, why do you find that funny? I'm not laughing. No. Look at me. Satchel Paige once said, "How old would you be if you didn't know how old you was?" Be 64. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you so much. It's going to be very informal. If you guys have anything to say, get off your chest. You want to talk about the Whipped Cream album? Oh boy. Wherever we go, get that same thing. This guy came up to me one time. Sounds like a phony story. This happened about a month after that was released on A&M. This guy comes up to me and says, "You know, Mr. Alpert, that Whipped Cream album? I love the cover. I love the green. I love the woman. I love the hat. I love the whipped cream." I didn't have the heart to tell him it was shaving cream. And also, to really ruin this thing, she was 3 months pregnant when she did that picture. But he said, "Look, I think you ought to win an award for that cover. It's that fabulous." I said, "Well, thank you very much. What about the music?" I said, "Well, haven't had a chance to listen to that." What was he doing in it for a minute? Okay, anybody have any ideas, any thoughts, any questions? No, thanks. So it's really nice. It's nice to be here. This is a beautiful venue. I mean, it really is. I hope the sound is as good as it is on the stage here, because we're having a good time playing. And I'm going to do some deja vu medley for all of you, and I hope some of these songs bring back some wonderful memories for you. you believe me? I have fun playing it. I'm telling you, I play that a lot. You know that, but there's something about that music that makes me feel good. That's why I'm not recording it. And it's fun to play it. It's fun to play it because I don't think like I'm going to play it exactly the way I play it each time. You know, I try to put a little nuance here and there, and it keeps it alive for me. So glad you liked it. I heard a rumor that Santa Claus is coming to town. Is that make any sense? Yes?
There we go. That's good. Yeah, it was definitely jazzy.
Well, I'm not sure that was a lot of fun, but I liked it. So, you know, doing this television special in 1966, no, 1968 with the Tijuana Brass. And we see the director, Jack Haley Jr., he said, hey man, why don't you try singing a song? Because I'm tired of photographing you with the trumpet in your mouth all the time. I said, if I can find a song I can handle, I will give it a go. But we have to find the right melody and the right lyric. So I was on the hunt. So I called a dear friend of mine, and I said, Bert, look, I'm looking for a song for this television special, and I need to find a song, you know, one of your great melodies, but it can't be too rangy, you know, something that you think I can handle. He said, I never heard you sing before. I said, well, I know, it might be a surprise, but maybe there's a song and then I'll show you what I can do. So he sent me, 2 days later, he sent me This Girl's in Love with You. Yeah, he recorded it with Dionne Warwick. I liked the song, I liked it a lot, and I thought I could handle it. Obviously the lyric needed to be changed, but that's another story. So I said, let's do it. So Bert did the arrangement, he played piano on the session, We produced it. It was put into the TV show. And 2 weeks after the show was seen on NBC, it was #1 in the country. Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, the interesting part of that was Burt Bacharach and Hal David had umpteen hit records in a row. This was their first #1 record by a trumpet player, you know, so it's like, na 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 na. A good song's a good song, you know, and I happened to pick on the right song, and the arrangement was beautiful. Are we leaving? Oh, you guys want to sing this song with me? Yeah, come on. You remember the lyric? Remember the melody? Just sing it out, even if you can't sing. Just let it fly. Here it comes.
Put the lyrics on the screen, I'll sing it.
You see this guy? Can't hear you. This guy is in love with you. Yes, I'm in love. Who looks at you the way I do? When you smile, I can tell we know each other very well. How can I show you I'm glad I got you? I need your love, don't give up. And I want your love. Say you're in love with this guy. Not just okay. Yeah. Did you have fun doing that? I bet you had fun. Come on, did you not? You had fun. Let's face it. You know why you had so much fun? Oh, tell us, Herb, why? Because you were in the exact moment of your life. That's all you were thinking about, right? That melody, the lyric, try to stay in tune for your neighbor. You know, that type of thing. But you were there, you had it. And that's why being an artist is so seductive. That's that moment. That's what I do all the time. Lani does, and the guys behind me. I mean, it's just that moment that we're making music. It's that, you know, that moment in our life when it's happening. That's why we need to be sure and support our artists, our painters, our sculptors, our musicians, our actors, and we always support it. Because our government doesn't seem to get the value, the true value of the artist. They point the way. They kind of give us a clear picture of what's going on, or a different type of picture. A lot of these artists are like, they take the road less traveled. You know, they're not just coming down the pipeline with the obvious stuff. They're, you know, pushing it a little bit. It's important to support them. You know, every now and then, as an artist, you get totally surprised by things that happen. Somebody on TikTok took a song that I did 65 years ago. The song is called Lady Fingers. Yeah, some of you might know it. So, I didn't solicit them. They don't know me from Adam. I mean, they didn't pick it because they like my music. They like this particular song if they heard it. I didn't solicit it. They just happened to pick it up. So anyways, flash forward like a couple years later. So far, this one tune has had 3 billion with a B streams. Out of nowhere. I was like, oh, man, that's unbelievable. I mean, I started in this business with a wire recorder, and then there was a tape machine, 1 track. Then there was 2 track, and 3 and 4, 8, 16, and all of a sudden the digital world came in, and there was umpteen many tracks, as many as you want to use. So it's a whole different world right now. And that song, you want me to play that song?
Yeah.
I don't know. How's it going? Oh, I know how it goes. Yeah, I like the song. I didn't even remember it until I heard it on. Seriously, we recorded a lot of songs, and that song just escaped me. But it was written by a famous jazz musician, Toots Thielman, harmonica and guitar player. And unfortunately, he's not with us now. But boy, would he be thrilled to know what happened to this song that he sent me, and by kind of accident, because I just happened to pick it up and liked it. What's happened to this song? I'll play it for you. I hope you like it. Son?
Know it now.
Anybody have any thoughts on anything? I'm open. Taste of Honey. Didn't you hear it in the method? We played Taste of Honey. We closed with Taste of Honey. Now, I'll tell you, you say Taste of Honey. You know, this is interesting. I'm going to tell you a story what happened with Taste of Honey. Taste of Honey was on the B side of the record that was released. On the A side was Third Man Theme. Taste of Honey was on the B side, so it was the side my partner, who was a promotion man, he wasn't pushing. He was pushing Third Man Theme. I got a group together, the Tijuana Brass, and we started playing this song in Seattle, Washington, at a place called the Edgewater Inn. Every time I played Taste of Honey, the crowd went crazy. They just happened to love it. And so I played it like twice in a row, maybe 3 times. And I called my partner and said, Jerry, you're on the wrong side. There's a focus group up here. And tell me it's Taste of Honey. He says, no, man, you can't dance to it. It stops in the middle and starts and stops and starts twice. Radio's not going to like it. I said, I don't know if radio's going to like it or not. I'm telling you, man. Turn it over, see what happens. Anyways, that was the catalyst. That was the song that really catapulted the Tijuana Brass. And that was on the last song. We were doing the Andy Williams show, Danny Kaye, Ed Sullivan, that big show. The song was in the top 10. We did the Ed Sullivan show. It was already really happening. And there was a rehearsal at 4 o'clock in New York for the Ed Sullivan show. We did the rehearsal, we played Taste of Honey, and Ed Sullivan comes over to me and puts his arm around me and says, son, I discovered you. I said, Ed, you're a little late. It's in the top 10, right? But he was a nice guy. I liked him a lot, but he's a couple beats off with that one. So in 1966, my partner Jerry Moss and I auditioned Sergio Mendes in Brazil 66. We walked into this room and heard this fabulous sound. I mean, it was like a gumbo. It was like a little bit of Brazilian jazz, American jazz, pop music, African music, classical music. It had everything going for it. And just fell in love with the sound. And this young lady was the lead singer. And it was, well, that was it. That was it for me. So we signed them to a long contract at A&M. Sergio was all excited. And I thought, wow, this is a great opportunity. Let them open the show for the Tijuana Brass. Because we were playing for 20,000 people at a time at the big arenas. So we signed that contract. Sergio was all for it. But before we started traveling, I got my group together. I said, guys, whatever you do not fool around with the girls in the group. There was Lani, the beautiful Brazilian lady, Bibi Fogo. I said, it's not good business, it's not smart, it's good, it's not what? It's not professional. And so check this out. I got all these guys out of the way. And Lani and I have been married for 52 years. I married an angel. I'm serious. This is an angel in my life. And this angel's going to sing for me. She's going to do a Brazil 66 retrospective, and then she's going to go into a song. Let's just start her with a song called Just Like a Star that she likes. Miss Lani Hall, my angel.
Just like a star across the sky, like an angel off the page, you appear in my life, and I have never been the same. Just like a song in my heart, just like oil on my hands, I'm honored to love you. No, I don't wonder anymore why you wouldn't want to be with anyone but me. 'Cause I'm completely yours, so completely yours. All your ways and more. No, there's no secrets behind words. Oh, in the light and in the dark, you possess my heart. Just like a song in my heart, just like oil on my hands, I'm honored to love you. It's in your eyes alone. The time can't disguise. Oh, the love you say so much more than words could ever say. Sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world. Why don't we take a little piece of summer sky, hang it on a tree? Can't you make us like a living world? Beautiful me. And for the summer kind of night, you can hold the string. Can't you see this world arms with me? Really sing. Like
That's my girl. That was fantastic, baby. Fantastic. But I can see it now. Lani Hall featuring her, the Lonely Bull. Lonely Bull, Alpert. Stunning, baby. Stunning. Yeah, it's kind of a touching thing for Lani to sing that, because, you know, Sergio Mendes was a dear. He was the reason I met Lani. He heard her sing in a club in Chicago, asked her to be the lead singer with this new group, Brazil 66, and we auditioned them, you know, like I said before, in 1966. And it was just a fantastic ride, because I was going through a divorce. I wasn't really happy. I don't know, things were not going my way, and then Lani came into my life. Not immediately. She called me Mr. Alpert for about a year. Yeah, then, you know, I produced the first couple albums with Sergio. And, you know, one thing led to another. Here we are. 20 years later. Okay, anybody have any thoughts? Any ideas? The Carpenters. I'll tell you a story about the Carpenters in a little while. What did you say? Quiero me tal como soy. Yeah, it's a song I did in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish. So. It's funny. I did This Guy's in Love with You in Espanol. I did a song in Italian in Espanol. And the song, Como está, or Como se, how do you say it? Como soy. I did that song in Spanish, not being, you know, able to speak the language. It was number one in Venezuela. You thought it was, I thought it was Mexican too for a while. No, I'll tell you the truth. I love Mexico, I love Latin people, but I wasn't crazy about calling it the Tijuana Brass. I'll tell you the honest truth. It was my partner's idea. I saw a lot of bullfights in Tijuana years back, and I heard this band in the stands. It wasn't a mariachi band. I never listened to mariachi music. Not that I don't like it. I never was aware of it. So, but this band in the stands, they were playing these fanfares. Ba-da, ba-da-da, 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 and then the bull would jump out. And they do another fanfare, a variation of that, and then the matadors would come out and the picador. Anyways, I got enchanted with that whole thing, and I tried to make a record that kind of gave that feeling of that afternoon, and that happened. Then Jerry said, why don't we call it Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass? Well, originally it was called the Tijuana Brass featuring Herb Alpert. That's the way it started. Then I took over. By having that record, it really opened the door for me. I mean, when I heard that sound, it made me feel good. There was something about it that said, this is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for my own identity as a musician. And our distributors around the country, 9/10 of them said, why don't you guys just take the money and run? You got lucky with that one record, which really got me thinking, man, it's more than one record. I'm not going to play the Lonely Bull sideways, but I can do other songs with that sound. And that's what I did, and little by little, you know, things opened up. Obviously, we were at the right place at the right time, and I was ready for it. So, I'm grateful. How did this start? Why am I telling you this? know, I'm not really 64. Did you guys get that feeling? Me too. Was there an end to the story? Say? I don't know. I'm not Mexican, yeah. But, oh, no. The reason I was telling you this, because I didn't like the idea of people thinking that I was Latin. I didn't want to be an imposter. But, and so the question I've always had, would I have been as successful if it wasn't called the Tijuana Brass? Was that little hook that made this thing work? Or was the music I was making, did that make it work? It's hard to answer that. Yeah, there's a both little thing there. I think the sound and the idea that it was coming from some foreign land or something, I don't know. Anyways, that always kind of didn't haunt me. I mean, I'm glad what's happened, but just, I think about that now and then. I think about a lot of things I never used to think about. I don't know what happens, when you get older, all of a sudden things start popping in my head that I don't know if I want them there. They're just, I have no control over it anymore. Anybody have any thoughts, any questions? No, the members of the Tijuana Brass are unfortunately not with us, except for Pat Senator, who's the bass player, who lives in Rome at the moment. What did you say? 1980? The song 1980, yeah. Did 1980, and it was in the Olympics. It was the title song of the Olympic in Mexico in 1980. Yeah. I mean, things happen, that are just, out of the blue things happen. This guy comes into me, thinking I know what a good hit record sounds like. This guy comes in thinking he was going to have A&M distribute his record, promote it. Independent producer, so I listened to it, and I was thinking to myself, man, this is bad. I don't like it. It's out of tune, but I don't like the song. There was another version of the song, years before, much better. And I said, look, man, just because I'm not receiving any message here, don't mean you should stop. You go to other countries and see what they say, but we're going to have to pass on that. I don't get it. Well, that was Louie Louie. Remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that song.
So Mr. A&M Records passed on that record, and it was #1, man, for like 8 weeks in a row. And when I hear that record every now and then, I still don't like it. And I think that's why I've been successful, because I just follow my gut. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And I try to make music, not to try to make hit records. I never thought about, I thought about it once, but in general, I don't think about making a hit record. I think of making a record that makes me feel good when I play it and listen to it. And what I do, I'll tell you the honest truth, what I do, I put it out and see what happens. But what happened with Whipped Cream and Under the Lights, after it was finished, I was in a recording studio listening to the whole album from start to finish, and I must tell you humbly that I really, really like it. It feels good. It made me feel good when I heard it. So I wasn't caught off guard when it became a big hit, but who knows what a hit sounds like. You gotta be lucky. You gotta be at the right place at the right time. Santa Baby. We're gonna do Santa Baby. did, yeah. It's fun, you know, I think music is, it's hard to put your finger on what you like when you hear it. I spent some time with the great Sam Cooke years ago. Wrote a song with him and my friend, my dear friend Lou Alpert. We wrote a song called Don't Know Much About History, Don't Know Much with Sam. And Sam was like a unique artist. He was out of the gospel field. He was just very intuitive. And he would carry around a notebook with lyrics on it. And he came up to me one afternoon and he said, Herbie, what do you think of this lyric? I looked at the lyric and I was saying, man, is that corny? That's about the corniest lyric I've ever seen. I didn't say that to him. I said, I don't know. What does the song sound like? He picked up his guitar and turned this corny lyric into something magical. It was beautiful, the way, the melody he put in, where he put the notes, his intention, you know, his authenticity as an artist was there. And I was thinking, man, it ain't what you do, it's the way how you do it. And that was a big deal for me. He didn't know he was teaching me anything, but man, when I saw that, how he could transform a song, some, I thought, corny lyric into a, you know, magical song. I mean, that's just beautiful. And that's what, I think I try to do that instinctively with the horn. You know, whenever I play, I try to make it my own, because I spent time trying to play like Louis Armstrong and Miles Davis and Harry James and all the trumpet players I like. And who wants to hear that? You know, so I was looking for my own voice. And that's what you hear when you hear me play. Thank you so much. So we took a tour around the world to see whether there's a connection between romance and the trumpet. We took a song by Jason Mraz called I'm Yours. And made this video. I think you're going to like it. This is our version of I'm Yours.
like to say that I'm so happy that Sergio's wife came to see us tonight. And I think she brought her family. I'm not sure. But it's so nice to see her. 525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments so dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunshine, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, laughter and strife. 525,600 minutes. Oh, how do you measure a year in a life? What about love? Seasons of love. Oh, what about love? Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes. 525,000 journeys to plan. 525,600 minutes. Oh, how do you measure the life of a woman or a man in daylights, sunsets, midnights, cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, laughter and strife? Oh, it's time now to sing out. The story never ends. Let's celebrate. Remember a year in the life of friends. Seasons of love. Oh, what about love? Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in a life?
Weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Feliz Navidad.
Ah, nice.
Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, prospero año de felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. From the bottom of my heart, yeah. And so I'm offering a simple phrase to get from 1 to 92. Though it's been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And the drummer and bass is singing too.
Fly to the moon and let me play among the stars.
Squeaky chickens.
Well, we do this every night when we play with these guys. It's never the same way twice. That was totally improvisation. Whatever you heard there, it was just coming out of
Nice.
it was oozing out of their pores. I mean, they had no idea what they did. Bill, do you have any idea what you did? You know what you did? What do you know about what you did? Tell us the truth.
It was kind of in C a lot of the time. That's all I got for it, sorry.
You don't remember anything?
A little bit.
Were you in another world when you were doing it? Hussein, now, the prince here, he's playing a six-string guitar, a six-string bass. He's playing it like a guitar. Show him how you do that. I mean, most bass players don't play that, right? Timmy doesn't play the same thing once. He just invents as he goes. He's just an amazing musician. And we're proud to have these three guys with us today.
Yeah. They're awesome.
You want to make $1 million playing jazz? You know how you do that? You start with $3 million. Isn't it terrible that I have to say something like that? I shouldn't have to do that, because jazz is such a beautiful, beautiful form of speaking. Because it's what we're all looking for. It's about freedom. Everything you heard right there was just free. They were just playing free, whatever they wanted to play. I didn't tell them what to play. I didn't tell them what to play or what not to play. It was just came out of them, and it was so honest and so authentic. It worked.
Yeah.
You felt it.
Yep. In my blue.
I know a lot of artists come in and they try to sell you a bunch of stuff you don't need. We're selling some stuff you don't need too back there. Our CDs, Lani's book called Emotional Memoirs. You don't need it, she said you don't need it. And, you know, that's the way it goes. I mean, they try to sell you things like hats and trinkets and keychains and, you know, things you don't need. You don't need our things, but some of the songs we played tonight are there. It's a pleasure playing to you, because it's a lot of fun on this stage. The sound is good on this stage. Sometimes we go into places that are beautiful. They look great, and we play on the stage, and it's like we can't hear ourselves, and it just doesn't sound good. So this venue here, the college, can make it great. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to play a song by Irving Berlin. Have you seen this before? Nobody. Okay, you're in front of that surprise. I mean, this is Putting on the Ritz. This was done by, there was no edits on this video you're going to see. There were a lot of people helping us. It was choreographed, and it took a lot of time to get that one take, but there was not one edit on this tape, just the way it came out. And there's, just as a little surprise, there's see if you can spot this gorilla that walks, a man dressed as a gorilla, walks behind the dancers in one of the scenes. Anyway, this is our version of Putting on the Ritz.
every day, dancing skies, I'm working on perfect things. I'm working on the list. That's where each and every new battle goes. Every Sunday evening with that silver flows. We gotta head out on the road, let's take some rock around. So let's take some more around. We love it. Working on the list.
That was a surprise. You probably take a picture because it's so beautiful. Wow. It's a good feeling to play for people, like, feel the music. You probably won't remember anything we played today. I mean, seriously, in terms of each individual song, but I hope you remember the feeling that you got while you were listening to this. That's what we're trying to put out there. We're just trying to put out a good feeling. Well, there are musicians, it's harder to hear these records. Now it's a whole different world now. Like when I started, there was radio, there were disc jockeys, they played records. They sometimes played it twice, they pushed the record, they talked about the record. Now it's computerized, certain stations only play certain types of records, guitars. Trumpets are not in vogue at the moment. So you've got to be really lucky because how many records are coming out, streaming out every day. This sounds like a phony figure, but this is it. 100,000 streams are coming out every day worldwide. All the artists that are putting out streaming records. Man, to have a chance in that type of environment is tough for any artist out there. Are there any artists out there?
Woo!
Yeah, it's rough going out there. You gotta find your own voice. I had a problem playing the trumpet in 1970, 71, 72. I was stuttering through the trumpet. I was going through a divorce. This was before Lani and I got married. And I couldn't believe it because I started playing when I was 8 years old. And I never realized how you really make noise out of it. I didn't think about it until I ran into this problem. So I heard about this trumpet teacher in New York City. His name was Carmine Caruso. And he was called the troubleshooter. And he used to teach brass players from different parts of the world when they had problems playing. Lani and I made contact with him, and he said he would be happy to, help me. So when we met him, I said, Carmine, should I change my mouthpiece, or maybe the trumpet is giving me a hope? He says, hold on, kid, let me tell you something. This trumpet is just a piece of plumbing. That's all it is. He says, you're the instrument.
Yes.
I said, what do you mean? That instrument, that sound comes from a deep place within you. And this trumpet is just a megaphone. It's just an amplifier of your sound that comes from within you. Man, was that an aha for me? I mean, yeah, doesn't that make sense? That's how you find your own voice. So you guys out there, or women, ladies out there who play, doesn't matter if you play piano, guitar, or trumpet, trombone, doesn't really matter. Find your own voice, your own way of doing it, your own way of expressing yourself. That's where you'll have the most fun, and that's where you'll communicate the most, because you have to be authentic. You can't fake it. You can't try to do something unless you're honestly committed to it. And unless you're really committed to being a musician, don't try. While you're sleeping, some other musician is practicing. You just got to be up for the game, and be sure you have a backup. Have a backup plan. Don't just put all your eggs in this basket. Be passionate about it. So I did this Guy's in Love with You record with Bert, and I asked him, prior to recording it, whether there was a song he found himself whistling in the shower or whatever. I had to have the lyric changed, so I had to call Hal David, who wrote the lyric to This Guy's in Love with You, and it took him a couple hours just to make the changes, to change the gender. And when I was leaving his place, I didn't know him like I knew Bert, but I asked him, I said, Hal, is there a song that maybe you find yourself, didn't get the right recording, you find yourself whistling in the shower or something like that? He says, I take baths. Okay, song you find yourself in the bathtub, okay. Anyways, he sent me Close to You, which I loved. I loved the song. There was only one recording of Close to You, and it was done by Richard Chamberlain. Remember that guy in Dr. Kildare? It wasn't a very good recording, but I liked the song. There's something about it. I recorded it, and I thought it was going to be follow-up to This Guy's in Love with You. And my dear friend Larry Levine, who was the head engineer at A&M Records, it was just a buddy and an honest guy, and I said, Larry, how do I sound singing this song? He said, you sound terrible singing this song. Yeah, that's what he told me. So I put the song, in the drawer. I lost my confidence, and I gave it to Richard Carpenter in 1970.
Oh, this is where the Carpenter story comes in.
And then they recorded it with Karen playing drums. I heard the product, and I said, look, we got to try this one again, because Karen was a wonderful drummer, but she was very light, very kind of dainty with the thing, and we needed a little oomph, a little bit of, a little rougher feeling. So we got the Wrecking Crew. How do I feel? See that movie, the documentary Wrecking Crew. So we got them on this record. They put that slam dunk stuff on it. And, I always felt that for radio, you certainly have to get their attention, because they're hearing so many records at the same time. You got to put one that stands out there, so you can't be too delicate with it. So, but I loved the Carpenters and Karen. So, I can't believe next year I'm going to be 90.
Yeah.
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 I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you seem just, you didn't feel like I was telling you the truth when I said
Happy
it was
early birthday.
64. And I know why. Anybody have any thoughts about this? And not about me.
Happy
Just
birthday.
in general,
Early.
before we wrap things up. What's that? Well, I'm a lucky guy. You know, I don't want to sound too humble, but I do what I love to do. I'm an introvert. You know, I'm a card-carrying introvert. I can entertain myself in my little studio when I paint, I sculpt. I've been doing that for 50 years, more than 50 years. And I'm grateful because I get to wake up in the morning excited about what I'm going to do that day. And I wish more people would have that feeling. It's a good feeling to be able to just be content with what you're doing. So, I was trying to find a way to do this closing song. I always liked the song. It has a nice melody, but it seems like if I would just play that melody, we'd sound like we're a lounge act or something. Yeah. So I came up with this idea. We're going to play Copacabana. Barry Manilow's Copacabana. So I came up with this idea. Hussein's going to sing that first verse in English. Now, this is going to be interesting because Lani is going to sing that second verse. She doesn't know this now. Because it's fun to watch her struggle just a little because she likes to do that. So it's a challenge for her. She's going to sing that second verse in Portuguese. I'll sing it in Portuguese, maybe. Yeah, you can do it. I've heard her sing in Swahili. She
Well
can
and
sing
told.
She has a Grammy in Spanish, and Portuguese. She sings all these things.
Put her on the spot.
Stress is what
You got this.
I lied. She doesn't have a Grammy in Portuguese. Anyways, so she's going to do it. She's going to do it. I guarantee it's going to be fun. Okay, and you guys are going to sing the bridge. I'm going to conduct it at the Copacabana. Remember that? Okay, come on. Let's give it your all. Thank you so much for being here. We had a wonderful time tonight.
You're such a jerk. Why do you do this to me? I can't believe you said that to me. Damn you. You're sleeping on the couch tonight. Out there. Yep.
She was a young girl with yellow burger hair. Got down there, she was so gay. Into the cha-cha, watching her be so cool. She was getting more and more. They were
All right.